Hey up in YouTube, welcome back to another video where we will be doing the best young player of the EFL and where are they now. There are some very big names in this list and some actually did go on to do famous and others not so much. We'll start off with it started off in 2006 and we'll be going up to last season's, because of course they haven't done this season's yet. So the first one was in 2006 and that was David Nugent. He was born in Houghton in Merseyside, and Nugent was a member of the Liverpool Youth Academy, but he left at the age of 15. It was only once he changed his position that he became a professional with Bury, joining the club's successful Youth and Centre of Excellence department. After making his debut as a substitute against Port Vale in March 2002, at the age of just 16, Nugent initially struggled to live up to his early potential. But an explosive start to the 2004-05 League Two season saw several larger clubs take an interest. The main one of them was Preston North End. Although a target for rivals Burnley, Nugent opted to join Preston North End rather than Northampton Town from Bury in January 2005 for a fee of £100,000. He scored 10 league goals in 32 championship appearances in 2005-06, as Preston finished fourth, losing to Leeds United in the playoff semi-final, thus failing to gain promotion. Despite transfer speculation, Nugent spent the following season at Preston, scoring 15 goals in 43 appearances and winning England recognition, getting called up to the under-21s. Preston finished 7th in this season in 2006-07. And this was also the season which he won his award for Young Player of the Season. After both Sunderland and Portsmouth had bids in the region of £6 million accepted for the player, Nugent was eventually unveiled as a Pompey player at a press conference alongside John Utica on the 11th of July 2007. However, rumours followed just weeks later that Derby County were considering a bid for Nugent and that he would be leaving Portsmouth in the same transfer window he arrived in. In a post-match press conference following a League Cup match early on in Nugent's Pompey career, in which he scored his first goal for the club, Portsmouth manager Harry Redknapp publicly stated Nugent would be free to leave the club if the right offer came in to help fund the move for more players. However, Nugent stated he wanted to stay at Portsmouth. A possible loan deal to Ipswich Town fell through in early March 2008, with Jim Maggleton, the Ipswich manager, left questioning Nugent's fitness. Nugent appeared frequently for Portsmouth in the FA Cup, scoring a goal in their third-round tie against Ipswich Town. His role culminated in coming on for John Utica in the 69th minute of the final against Cardiff City, eventually winning the trophy. I think that was the EFL trophy. The next season, and after 18 months at the club, Nugent scored his first Premier League goal. Oh no, it was the FA Cup, sorry. They won. It's just that it said trophy and I was confused. The next season, after 18 months at the club, Nugent scored his first Premier League goal against former manager Harry Redknapp at Tottenham Hotspur in a 1-1 draw on the 18th of January 2009. Two matches later, he scored his second goal at Fulham and followed this up with his first league goal at Fratton Park, scoring against Liverpool on the 7th of February 2009. However, these were Nugent's only top-flight goals for Pompey. And on the 5th of August 2009, it was reported that Nugent had been involved in an alleged bust-up with teammate Mark Wilson during Portsmouth's pre-season trip to Portugal. Both players were sent home and subsequently fined 2 weeks' wages by the club. On the 1st of September 2009, it was reported that Nugent was in talks with Burnley about a loan move. 30 minutes after the transfer window closed, it was reported that Burnley had signed Nugent on a 6-month loan deal with a view to a permanent move, subject to Premier League clearance. On the 12th of September, he made his debut for the Clarets when he replaced Martin Patterson 70 minutes into the match against Liverpool at Anfield. After coming on as a second-half substitute for the Clarets on his home debut against Sunderland, Nugent scored 2 goals, helping Burnley win 3-1. Nugent signed another loan agreement with Burnley on the 1st of February, which would keep him at the club on loan until June. After failing to renegotiate a permanent deal with Burnley or attract an alternative Premier League club, Nugent returned to newly relegated Portsmouth in the 2010-11 pre-season. He was a regular starter as a left-sided forward. After an initial goal drought that saw him fail to hit the net until his goal in a 6-1 defeat of Leicester City on the 24th of September 2010. His first for Pompey, which was since February 2009. Nugent finished the season as Portsmouth's top goal scorer, scoring 14 goals in all competitions. On the 5th of July 2011, Nugent signed for Leicester City on a 3-year deal after his contract with Portsmouth expired. He made his competitive debut in a 1-0 win over Coventry City on the 6th of August 2011, scoring his first goal for the club in a 2-1 defeat to Bristol City on the 17th of August. On the 18th of February 2012, Nugent scored the winning goal to knock Premier League team Norwich City out of the FA Cup at Carrow Road and put Leicester through to the quarter-finals. Nugent finished the 2011-12 season as the club's top goal scorer with 16 goals in all competitions. On the 23rd of September 2012, Nugent scored his first career hat-trick in a 3-1 win against Hull City at the King Power Stadium. Nugent's form continued with further strikes against Bristol City, Watford and Nottingham Forest. During the match against Nottingham Forest, Nugent suffered a neck injury, which later was revealed to be a slipped disc. Nugent started the match the following week against Ipswich Town and scored 2 goals, but had to be substituted after half an hour for Jamie Vardy because of his neck injury. Nugent then missed both of the matches against Sheffield Wednesday and Leeds United. He made his return as a substitute against Derby County. He came off the bench and scored 2 goals to give Leicester a 4-1 win over their East Midlands rivals. He ended 2012-13 as Leicester's top scorer for the second consecutive season. On the 22nd of February 2014, Nugent scored his 50th goal for Leicester against Ipswich Town. During the 2013-14 season, he scored 20 goals and set up a further 12 as Leicester secured promotion into the Premier League as the 2013-14 Football League Championship title winners. On the 9th of July 2014, Nugent signed a 2-year contract extension until the summer of 2016 with Leicester City. Nugent's first Premier League goal for Leicester came with a penalty in a 5-3 home win against Manchester United on the 21st of September 2014. On the 1st of January 2015, he scored his second goal of the season and first from open play, after coming on as a substitute in Leicester's 2-2 draw with Liverpool at Anfield. On the 22nd of February, Nugent scored in a 2-2 draw with his boyhood club Everton at Goodison Park. He scored his 4th goal of the season in a 4-3 defeat to Tottenham Hotspur at White Hart Lane on the 21st of March. Nugent, Jordan Rhodes and Dwight Gale were linked to join Championship club Middlesbrough. And on the 14th of August 2015, Nugent signed a 3-year contract with the club for an undisclosed fee, reported to be an initial £2 million, to be doubled if the club secured promotion. He made his debut for the club on the 15th of August 2015 in a 3-0 home win against Bolton Wanderers. On the 12th of September 2015, he scored his first goal for the club in a 2-0 win over Milton Keynes Dons at the Riverside. After a 1-1 draw with Brighton and Hove Albion on the 17th of May 2016, Middlesbrough secured promotion to a 2016-17 Premier League season, with them placing second in the league table behind champions Burnley. On the 9th of January 2017, Nugent joined Championship club Derby County for an undisclosed fee, reported to be around £2.5 million, on a 2.5-year contract. He joined former Middlesbrough's teammate Julian Dessart, who signed for the club on the 5th of January 2017, on loan for the remainder of the season. On the 13th of January 2017, Nugent made his debut for Derby in a 1-0 loss against Leeds United. He scored his first goal on the 4th of March 2017 in a 2-1 home win against Barnsley, where he was given a yellow card. Nugent scored his second goal on the 18th of March 2017 in a 2-2 away draw against Nottingham Forest. He later scored a hat-trick in a 4-2 home win on the 11th of April against Fulham. He was released by Derby County at the end of the 2018-19 season. And on the 17th of July 2019, Nugent returned to Preston North End, now in the Championship, by joining them on the free transfer, where he remains today, having made 24 appearances so far and scoring a goal. Probably his most notable fact is that he appeared once for England and scored a goal during that time, being one of the fewest people of an amazing goal-to ratio of a few minutes to score a goal after coming on as a substitute. Moving on to 2007 now, we have a very famous player of Gareth Bale, who I think we can all tell is not just a very small player in the game anymore. He was born in Cardiff in Wales to his parents Frank, a school caretaker, and Debbie Bale, an operations manager. He is actually the nephew of former Cardiff City footballer Chris Pike. He attended Iglis Newarth Primary School in Whitchurch. I'm not very good at speaking Welsh. It was while at this school that he came to the attention of Southampton at the age of 9, when he was playing in a 6-a-side tournament with his first club at Cardiff Civil Service. Growing up, his footballing hero was fellow Welshman and Manchester United player Ryan Giggs. Bale attended Whitchurch High School in Cardiff. He was a keen athlete. He played football alongside future Wales rugby captain Sam Warburton, rugby, hockey, and excelled at athletics. As a 14-year-old, he says that he ran the 100-metre sprint in 11.4 seconds. Because of his superior footballing skill, the school's PE teacher, Gwyn Morris, had to write special rules which restricted Bale to playing one-touch football and not using his left foot. Despite being only 16 at the time, he helped the school's under-18 team to win the Cardiff and Vale Senior Cup. He left school in the summer of 2005 with a grade A in PE, amongst other GCSE results. In his final year at school, he was awarded the PE Department's Prize for Services to Sport. In the presentation, Morris commented, "Gareth has a fierce determination to succeed and has the character and qualities to achieve his personal goals. He is one of the most unselfish individuals that I have had the pleasure to educate." On to his club career. As on the 17th of April 2006, at the age of 16 years and 275 days, Bale became the second youngest ever player to play for Southampton, which was after Theo Walcott, who was 132 days younger, when he made his debut in the Saints' 2-0 victory against Millwall. On the 6th of August, Bale scored his first league goal, a free kick, to level the score at 1-1 against Derby County. The final score at Pride Park was 2-2. He scored again at St Mary's against Coventry City in the team's second game of the 2006-07 season with another free kick. Bale further developed his reputation as a free kick specialist when he struck the post from one against West Bromwich Albion. And by the 16th of December 2006, Bale's goal count had risen to 5, thanks to a late equaliser against Sunderland and free kicks away to Hull City and at home to Norwich City. In December 2006, he won the Carwyn James Award for the BBC Wales Young Sports Personality of the Year and was named the Football League Young Player of the Season of the Year on the 4th of March 2007. This capped what was described in the local press as an incredible first full season as a professional footballer, in which he was one of the Saints' most creative players, even though operating from the left-back position, whilst his defending improved immeasurably as the season progressed. His final game for Southampton was in the first leg of the Championship playoff semi-final against Derby County on the 12th of May 2007. Bale suffered an injury during the second half, preventing him from appearing in the second leg. In total, he made 45 appearances for Southampton, scoring 5 goals. On the 25th of May 2007, Bale signed a 4-year deal with Tottenham Hotspur, with the club paying an initial £5 million for the player, potentially rising up to £10 million based on appearances and success. Bale played his first game for Spurs in a friendly against St Patrick's Athletic on the 12th of July 2007, but was substituted on the 80th minute with a minor dead leg. He made his competitive debut for Tottenham Hotspur on the 26th of August away against Manchester United. On the 1st of September 2007, in his second Spurs appearance, he scored his first goal for the club in a 3-3 draw with Fulham. Bale went on to score against Arsenal in the North London Derby from a free kick. He then scored in the League Cup home tie against Middlesbrough. On the 2nd of December 2007, Bale was substituted after sustaining an injury resulting from a tackle from Fabrice Muamba in the league's final fixture against Birmingham City. A scan revealed that Bale had suffered ligament damage to his right ankle, consigning him to an extended period on the sidelines. Bale had exploratory surgery on the 11th of December. And by February 2008, it became clear that Bale was to miss the rest of the season through injury. Sporting Director of Tottenham, Damien Comolli, said, "Even if the examination reveals that Gareth's foot is stable, the decision has been taken to bring him back slowly to ensure he does not get a repeat of the injury or suffer any further damage. Gareth is obviously disappointed to be sidelined for this length of time, but he is still young and we have to do what is best for him in the long run." Bale returned to fitness in August 2008. The same month, he signed a new 4-year deal with the club and went on to make 30 appearances for Tottenham in all competitions that season. He picked up his first career red card in a 2-1 defeat at Stoke City in October 2008. That season, he took part in the League Cup final against Manchester United. Bale came off the bench in the 98th minute in extra time, with the final result deadlocked at 0-0. Resulting in a penalty shootout that ended 4-1 to Manchester United. In June 2009, Bale underwent surgery for a knee injury, ruling him out for over 2 months. He missed pre-season matches, and it was projected that he would miss the first few weeks of the 2009-10 season. On the 26th of September, he made his comeback as an 85th minute substitute in Tottenham's 5-0 win over Burnley. This was Bale's first ever involvement in a Premier League win, after not being on the winning side since the Southampton move. However, he struggled to break into the first team, in part thanks to Benoit Assou-Ekotto's good form. When Assou-Ekotto was sidelined with an injury, manager Harry Redknapp decided to give Bale a chance, and he impressed in Spurs' FA Cup third round 4-0 win over Peterborough United. His first victory as a starter in a league game came in the 2-0 win over London rivals Fulham on the 26th of January 2010. Bale's good form continued, and he was named Player of the Round after helping Spurs to a 3-1 win in the 6th round replay of the FA Cup against Fulham. In April 2010, Bale scored the winning goal in the 2-1 North London Derby win against Arsenal, tapping past Manuel Almunia after a pass from Jermaine Defoe. 3 days later, Bale scored Tottenham's winning goal with his weaker right foot in a 2-1 victory over league leaders and eventual champions Chelsea, and was named man of the match. He was named Premier League Player of the Month for April 2010. He signed a new 4-year contract at White Hart Lane on the 7th of May 2010 as a reward for helping the club reach a 2010-11 UEFA Champions League qualification place. On the 21st of August 2010, Bale scored twice in a 2-1 win at Stoke City, the second of which was a head-high volley into the top right-hand corner of the goal. This was later awarded the BBC Goal of the Month for August 2010. And on the 25th of August, Bale set up all 4 goals to help Spurs overcome Young Boys 4-0, which was 6-3 on aggregate, in the Champions League playoff at White Hart Lane. Although Assou-Ekotto had already returned from injury, Bale continued his good form and cemented his place in the starting 11, with his manager opting to move him to left wing to accommodate Assou-Ekotto at left back. On the 29th of September, Bale scored his first Champions League goal for Tottenham in a 4-1 home win against Dutch champions Twente. in their second game of the group stages. For his performances, he was named Welsh Player of the Year by the Football Association of Wales. On the 20th of October, Bale scored his first senior hat-trick against European champions Inter Milan at San Siro in the Champions League. Tottenham lost the match 4-3, having been 4-0 down inside the first 35 minutes and playing with 10 men for over 80 minutes of the match, after goalkeeper Harulo Gomez had been sent off in the 8th minute for a professional foul on Inter's Jonathan Biabiani. In the return match at White Hart Lane on the 2nd November, Bale provided a man-of-the-match performance, setting up goals for Peter Crouch and Roman Pavlyuchenko to earn Spurs a memorable 3-1 win. On the 4th of November, Bale stated that he intended to remain at Tottenham for the remainder of his recently signed 4-year contract, despite reported interest from other clubs. Then, in December, he was awarded the BBC Wales Sports Personality of the Year trophy. On the 19th of March 2011, it was announced that he would then extend his stay at the club until 2015. On the 17th of April, Bale was honoured with the PFA Player of the Year award, as voted for by his peers. With Spurs, he rose to international attention during the 2010-11 UEFA Champions League with Tottenham. Bale scored his first goal in the 2011-12 season on the 24th of September 2011 in an away game against Wigan Athletic. The game ended in a 2-1 victory for Tottenham. He added his second and third goals of the season on the 30th of October with 2 goals against QPR in a 3-1 home win. He continued his good form with the first goal in a 3-1 victory over Fulham in the following week, whilst also setting up Aaron Lennon, who made it 2-0 on the stroke of half-time. The first goal against Fulham was later ruled by the dubious goals committee to be an own goal by Chris Baird. On the 3rd of December, Bale scored the first goal in Tottenham's 3-0 victory over Bolton Wanderers. He marked the goal with a tribute to Gary Speed by holding up his left boot with RIP Gary Speed stitched on it in front of the Bolton fans. On the 27th of December, Bale scored twice to give Tottenham a 2-0 win against Norwich City. On the 5th of January 2012, Bale was one of the players voted in the 2011 UEFA Team of the Year. He scored his third brace of the season as he scored twice against Wigan. On the 31st of January, to take his tally to 10 goals for the season. In January 2012, he was named Premier League Player of the Month for the second time in his career, after 3 goals and 2 assists in the Premier League for the month. On the 27th of June, Bale signed a new 4-year contract, committing his future to the club until 2016. For the 2012-13 season, Bale changed his squad number from 3 to 11, as he was not a left-back anymore, and had asked the club for a higher number. On the 16th of September 2012, Bale scored his first goal of the 2012-13 season against Reading in a 3-1 away victory. On the 29th of September, Bale scored the second goal in Tottenham's 3-2 away victory over Manchester United, their first win at Old Trafford since 1989. He scored his first Premier League hat-trick in a 4-0 away win on Boxing Day against Aston Villa. On the 5th of January 2013, Bale scored in the FA Cup third-round fixture against Coventry City, as well as assisting Clint Dempsey on both of his goals in a 3-0 win. On the 30th of January, Bale scored a magnificent solo effort in the 1-1 draw with Norwich City. Bale then scored against West Bromwich Albion in a 1-0 win on the 3rd of February. Bale then took his goals tally of the season to 15 goals with a brace against Newcastle United in a match which Spurs won 2-1. This took Spurs into 3rd place and strengthened their Champions League ambitions. In Bale's next game, he scored directly from 2 free kicks, one from 35 yards out just before the half-time, and another from 25 yards out in the dying seconds of injury time, to give Tottenham a 2-1 victory over Lyon in the first leg of their Europa League round of 32 tie on the 14th of February. This took Bale to a tally of 10 goals in his previous 10 appearances. In Tottenham's Premier League match against West Ham on the 25th of February, Bale scored the first and third in a 3-2 win for Tottenham. His second, a long-range dipping strike from over 30 yards. In the dying stages of the game, he capped a world-class performance. This was his 8th goal in 6 games. On the 3rd of March, Bale scored against Arsenal in the North London Derby, that Tottenham won 2-1. On the 7th of March, Tottenham faced Inter Milan in the Europa League, with Bale scoring the opening goal and Tottenham winning 3-0. Bale's run of good form in the early months of 2013 saw him win the Premier League Player of the Month for February, as well as the BBC Goal of the Month in both January and February for his strikes against Norwich City and West Ham United respectively. On the 4th of April, Bale injured his right ankle in the first leg of the Europa League quarter-final against Basel. On his return from injury, Bale scored a goal and assisted Clint Dempsey as Tottenham beat Man City at White Hart Lane. On the 28th of April, Bale won the PFA Players Player of the Year and Young Player of the Year after his excellent showing in the 2012-13 season. A week later, on the 2nd of May 2013, he added the FWA Football of the Year award from the Football Writers Association, making Bale one of only 2 players to have won all 3 in the same season, the other being Cristiano Ronaldo, who won them in 2007. Bale scored the winning goal against his former club Southampton on the 4th of May. The goal gave Spurs a 1-0 win, as well as being Bale's 20th in the Premier League in his 200th appearance for Spurs. On the 19th of May, Bale scored a 90th minute goal from 25 yards out. This goal gave Spurs a 1-0 win over Sunderland, but was not enough to give them Champions League football for the following season. On the 1st of September 2013, Spanish club Real Madrid announced that they had reached an agreement for the transfer of Bale, signing a 6-year deal, which was in a then world record deal. The Spanish press and Real Madrid TV reported that Bale had cost £77 million, this is 91 million euros, while the British press reported a world record transfer fee of £85.3 million and 100 million euros, which would be above Cristiano Ronaldo's transfer record fee for £80 million and 94 million euros. However, in January 2016, documents pertaining to the transfer were leaked by Football Leaks, which confirmed a world record transfer fee of 100.8 million euros and 85.1 million pounds. Bale's record was surpassed in August 2016 by Paul Pogba's record fee of 105 million euros and 89.2 million pounds. Bale was assigned the number 11 shirt at Madrid. The first half of Bale's season was plagued by injuries. Of Real's first 16 games after his signing, Bale missed 5 and was substituted on or off in 6 others, playing only 5 full games. Bale scored on his Real Madrid debut, a goal coming in the 38th minute against Villarreal, before being substituted later in the game for Angel Di Maria. Bale's second appearance for Madrid came in a 6-1 victory over Galatasaray in the Champions League. Although Bale only played for the final 26 minutes, his free kick led to Cristiano Ronaldo's second goal of the game. On the 28th of September 2013, Bale made his home debut as a second-half substitute in his 1-0 loss to local rivals Atletico Madrid. Following a brief appearance against Juventus in the Champions League, Bale made his El Clasico debut on the 26th of October, but was substituted in the 61st minute. Barcelona won the game 2-1, and Bale's performance drew some media criticism. 4 days later, he scored 2 goals and assisted 2 in a 7-3 victory against Sevilla. Following his impressive performance, the Spanish press nicknamed Bale the Cannon. In November, he assisted a further 2 goals in Madrid's 3-2 victory over Real Vallecano, before scoring in a 2-2 match with Juventus in the Champions League. He then scored a 25-yard free kick against Galatasaray in the Champions League, a match which Madrid won 4-1, despite being a man down. On the 30th of November, Bale rounded off the month with his first hat-trick for Real Madrid, as well as assisting Karim Benzema in a 4-0 victory over Real Valladolid. It was a perfect hat-trick, 1 goal with a header and 1 with each foot. On the 26th of February 2014, he scored twice in Real Madrid's 6-1 win against Schalke 04 in the Champions League round of 16 first leg. He then scored one of the team's 3 goals in a 3-0 quarter-final win over Borussia Dortmund on the 2nd of April, taking him to 5 Champions League goals for the season. In La Liga, he scored 4 goals in 3 matches between game weeks 31 and 33, as well as Real Madrid defeated Rayo Vallecano 5-0 and Real Sociedad 4-0 and Almeria 4-0. On the 16th of April, Bale scored the winning goal for Real Madrid with 5 minutes remaining in the 2014 Copa del Rey final against rivals Barcelona. Considering one of the best goals of his career, Bale outsprinted Barcelona defender Marc Bartra from the halfway line, with Bale running off the field at one point before converting past goalkeeper Jose Manuel Pinto. In the post-match interview, Bale stated, "I had to get round the player and go off the pitch to do it," while his Real Madrid teammate Xabi Alonso commented, "It was incredible. I have never seen anything like it." The goal was Bale's 20th of the season and his first in a Clásico fixture. On the 24th of May, Bale scored his 110th minute of the extra time period to put Real Madrid 2-1 up against City rivals Atletico Madrid in the 2014 UEFA Champions League final, as Los Blancos won their 10th European Cup. The goal made Bale the first Welshman to score a goal in the European Cup / Champions League final. Bale finished his debut season with 22 goals and 16 assists in all competitions. Real Madrid's attacking trio of Bale, Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo dubbed the BBC and finished the season with 97 goals. Bale started the 2014-15 season in good form, playing for full 90 minutes and assisting Cristiano Ronaldo's first goal in a 2-0 win at the Cardiff City Stadium against Sevilla to win in the 2014 UEFA Super Cup. After the match, his performance was described as amazing by Ronaldo. 6 days later, Bale scored his first goal of the season in a 4-2 away loss to Real Sociedad. Bale scored twice in Real's 8-2 win over Deportivo La Coruña on the 20th of September 2014. In December 2014, Bale scored in a third major final, the second goal in a 2-0 win over San Lorenzo, to help the club win the FIFA Club World Cup. In a match against Espanyol on the 10th of January 2015, Bale was booed by a section of Madrid fans who had judged him as being selfish and shooting for goal and not passing to Ronaldo. Bale was defended by Carlo Ancelotti over this, plus difficulties at the end of the season. On the 18th of April, Bale sustained a calf injury against Malaga. Bale scored twice in Real's win over Real Betis in September 2015. His 2 goals took the number of goals in Madrid's attacking trio of Bale, Benzema and Cristiano Ronaldo 200 goals since they first played together in 2013. On the 20th of December 2015, he scored 4 goals in a 10-2 victory over Rayo Vallecano. On the 9th of January 2016, Bale scored his second hat-trick of the season in Madrid's 5-0 defeat of Deportivo La Coruña in Zinedine Zidane's first match as head coach of Los Blancos. After being sidelined since the 19th of January due to a calf injury, he sustained in a 5-1 league victory at home against Sporting Gijón, during which he had also scored the opening goal of the match. Bale returned on the pitch on the 5th of March. He made a substitute appearance in Real Madrid's 7-1 home win over Celta de Vigo, scoring Real Madrid's final goal of the match. On the 20th of March 2016, Bale scored his 43rd La Liga goal in a 4-0 defeat of Sevilla to surpass Gary Lineker as the highest scoring British player in the competition's history. On the 23rd of April, Bale scored twice as Real Madrid came from 2-0 down to win 3-2 at Rayo Vallecano. Bale was a regular starter when the team won the 2015-16 UEFA Champions League. He assisted the team's only goal and went on to score in the penalty shootout against Atletico Madrid in the final. On the 30th of October 2016, Bale signed a new contract with Madrid until 2022. On the 22nd of November 2016, Bale damaged his ankle tendons during a 2-1 victory at Sporting CP, ruling out for up to 4 months. On the 23rd of April, Bale spent his 100th appearance in the La Liga in a 3-2 home defeat to Barcelona, but he was forced off after sustaining an injury. Despite suffering several injuries during the season, he managed to feature 19 times for Madrid as they won the 33rd La Liga title. After missing more than a month, he returned to action for the 2017 UEFA Champions League final, which Madrid won. The 2017-18 season saw some improvement in Bale's goal-scoring record across the league, cup competitions, and in the Champions League. He returned in Real Madrid's victories in both the 2017 UEFA Super Cup and the 2017 Supercopa de España, and he also featured in the club's victorious 2017 FIFA Club World Cup campaign, winning a third trophy before 2018 had even begun. In La Liga, he made 26 appearances and scored 16 goals, but Real Madrid were unable to reclaim the title, finishing in third. In the 2017-18 UEFA Champions League competition, saw Bale scoring once prior to the final. This goal came from a match against Borussia Dortmund in the group stages, when he opened the scoring in a 3-1 victory in Germany. In the 2018 UEFA Champions League final, Bale scored 2 goals, first an overhead kick and then a long-distance strike, resulting in a 3-1 victory over Liverpool, to help Real Madrid win their 13th Champions League trophy. He became the first substitute to score twice in the Champions League final and was named man of the match. Following the breakup of BBC Trifecta with Ronaldo's transfer to Juventus and replacement of Zidane by new manager Julen Lopetegui, Bale was ever present during the August of 2018 and was awarded 5 Estrellas Majo for Real Madrid Player of the Month, scoring against Getafe and Girona along the way. On the 19th of December 2018, Bale scored a hat-trick in a 3-1 win over Kashima Antlers in the semi-finals of the 2018 FIFA Club World Cup. He became the third player to score a hat-trick in the FIFA Club World Cup match, after Cristiano Ronaldo and Luis Suarez. He also became the third player to score in all 3 editions of competition, after Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. He was awarded the Golden Ball after Real Madrid won the competition by beating Al Ain FC in 4-1 in the final. On the 9th of February 2019, Bale scored his 100th goal for Real Madrid after scoring the team's third goal as a substitute in a 3-1 win away over cross-city rivals Atletico Madrid. However, he was also the source of controversy in the media following the match due to the provocative goal celebration that he made towards opposition fans. In July 2019, he was close to leaving the club, according to manager Zinedine Zidane, but later that month, a proposed transfer to Chinese club Jiangsu Suning was called off by Real Madrid. In October 2019, Bale was said to be angry at Real Madrid and wanted to leave. But later that month, Zidane said Bale had never asked to leave. Ex-Real Madrid president Ramon Calderon also said that Bale should return to Tottenham. He made 16 appearances during the league season as Real Madrid won the 2019-20 La Liga. On the 19th of September 2020, Bale returned to Tottenham Hotspur on a season-long loan. He scored his first goal since returning to the club on the 1st of November as a substitute in a 2-1 home win against Brighton and Hove Albion. And he is still currently on loan at Tottenham, which is probably better than playing golf. I think we can all agree with that. The fans seem to have taken to him coming back, but he's not been that good. He's made... How many appearances has he made? He's made 3 appearances and has only scored a goal. So I don't know why they're not. I think he might be injured actually, but he's done very well for Wales. So that's 2007. We will now be going on to 2008, and I can already tell this will be a long video. This is Michael Kitely, or Michael Kitely, sorry. So, let me just get that up. He was born in Basildon. Kitely played schoolboy football for Tottenham Hotspur, but was released and subsequently picked up by his hometown team, non-league Basildon United. His stay was short and was soon back in professional football, signing a 2-year scholarship with Southend United on the 16th of December 2002, following a 5-game trial period. He made his league debut for the club on the 3rd of May 2003 in a 1-0 defeat at Exeter City. Although featuring in all their cup games at this time, scoring once in the EFL Trophy against Luton Town, he made only 13 league appearances over 3 different seasons for them. On the 22nd of October 2004, he joined Farnborough Town on loan, spending 3 months with the club before returning to Southend United on the 20th of January 2005. He was released at the end of the season by Southend manager Steve Tilson. Conference side Grays Athletic signed Kitely, where he scored 15 goals in his first season and won the FA Trophy. He began the 2006-07 season still with Grays and had scored 10 goals by November. Such form caught the eye of scouts at the Championship side at Wolverhampton Wanderers, to whom he completed a 2-month emergency loan move on the 17th of November 2006. He was subsequently returned to play against Grays for Wolves in a pre-season friendly, which was a condition of the permanent deal later made between the two clubs. Kitely scored his first ever league goal to earn a 1-0 victory at Queen's Park Rangers in December 2006. His form at Grays Athletic led to him being dubbed the Ryan Giggs of non-league football, and it was reported that Sir Alex Ferguson was interested in signing Kitely for Manchester United. After scoring 2 goals in 5 games, his loan move was made permanent when he signed a 2.5-year contract for a nominal fee on New Year's Day in 2007. He became a first-team regular in the remainder of the season, and his 6 goals helped the club into a playoff position. His performance saw him coming run-up for Wolves Player of the Year 2006-07, losing out to goalkeeper Matt Murray. Kitely signed a new 4-year deal with Wolves in June 2007, after reported interest from Manchester United, Aston Villa and Everton. His first full season with the club was severely hampered by a persistent ankle injury suffered in November 2007, from which he twice tried to return to first-team football, eventually undergoing surgery in February 2008. Kitely had further injuries that kept him out of the Wolves side, finally returning to play in the final 4 fixtures as the club narrowly missed the playoff places on goal difference. He signed an improved new 4-year deal with the club in June 2008. During the 2008-09 season, he contributed 8 goals as Wolves led the promotion race. However, his campaign was prematurely halted by a broken metatarsal sustained during a reserve game in March 2009. He returned to make his first appearances in Premier League following promotion by September, but again suffered another injury after needing ankle operation. Although planned to return early in the 2010-11 season, he suffered a further setback and was therefore omitted from the club's 25-man squad list for the first part of the campaign. He eventually made his return to first-team action after 16 months on the sidelines for various injuries, against Newcastle United in April 2011. In October 2011, he joined Championship side Watford in an initial 1-month loan deal to regain match fitness, making his debut on the 15th of October 2011 in a 2-0 loss against Crystal Palace. This was later extended to run until January 2012, during which time Kitely made 12 appearances for the Hornets, scoring 3 times. Following his loan spell, Kitely returned to Wolves and managed his longest period of Premier League football. However, he could not prevent the team from suffering relegation at the end of the troubled campaign that saw the departure of manager Mick McCarthy. Despite Wolves struggling, Kitely hit a rich vein of form towards the end of the season, scoring 3 goals against Aston Villa, Bolton Wanderers and Stoke City. In August 2012, it was revealed by Wolves that Kiteley was in talks with Stoke City, having rejected a contract extension to instead remain in the top flight. After signing for Stoke, Kiteley revealed that after missing 15 months of football at Wolves, it left him fighting against depression. Kiteley joined Premier League side Stoke City on the 8th of August 2012 and under closed fee. But he made an instant impact with Stoke, scoring with his first touch in a 1-1 draw with German side SBVGG Greuther Fürth in a pre-season friendly. He then scored on his Premier League debut for Stoke in a 1-1 draw away at Reading. He scored his second goal for Stoke on the 20th of October 2012 in a 4-2 defeat against Manchester United. However, he fell out of favour with the manager Tony Pulis and found himself in and out of the team. He scored against Aston Villa on the 6th of April 2013. Kiteley ended the season with 26 appearances to a name, of which 19 were starts, as Stoke finished in 13th position. In May 2013, Pulis was replaced by Mark Hughes, and Kiteley expressed his desire to become a first-team regular under the new manager, and also admitted he struggled with confidence in the 2012-13 season. On the 2nd of September, Kiteley joined Burnley on loan for the 2013-14 season. He scored his first goal for Burnley in a 1-0 win over Barnsley on the 7th of December 2013. Kiteley scored 5 goals in 38 games for Burnley as they gained promotion to the Premier League. He made his move to Turf Moor permanent on the 27th of June 2014, signing a 3-year contract. On the 31st of January 2017, Kiteley joined Burton Albion on loan until the end of the 2016-17 season. He scored in his debut for the club in a 2-1 win over Wolverhampton Wanderers on the 4th of February 2017. He made a total of 12 appearances for the Brewers, scoring 4 goals as they secured their championship status. He was released by Burnley at the end of the 2016-17 season. In July 2017, Kiteley rejoined Southend United on a 3-year contract. Kiteley announced his retirement from football on the 12th of August 2019. However, on the 4th of September 2020, Kiteley came out of retirement and has signed for Rushall Olympic. He hasn't actually made an appearance for Rushall Olympic yet, but it's good to know that he's still around and still playing football. For 2009, I think he's often forgotten a bit now, but he was a very good English footballer back in his day, Fabian Delph. He was born in Bradford in West Yorkshire. Delph started his career in football as a youngster at Bradford City. Delph left City in September 2001 to join Leeds United after he was recommended to their academy coach Greg Abbott by former Bradford manager Paul Jewell, whose son played with Delph. He went to Tong Secondary School, which he left in 2006 to sign a 2-year scholarship with Leeds United at the age of 16 years. He completed his studies at the partner school to Leeds, Boston Spa School. After a string of impressive performances in the spring of 2007, Delph was made captain of the Leeds reserves. He was given his debut at Leeds as a substitute in the final match of the 2006-07 season against Derby County on the 6th of May 2007, a match in which Robert Bailey was also given a debut for Leeds. He was awarded his first professional contract on the 11th of January 2008 and made 2 appearances for Leeds in the 2007-08 season, both as a substitute. Delph impressed in the 2008-09 pre-season friendly against Barnet, earning praise from both manager Gary McAllister and former Leeds player Eddie Gray. He made his first League Cup start in the Leeds 5-2 win away at Chester City in the first round on the 13th of August 2008. Having gained more first-team experience on the 5th of September 2008, Delph signed a new 4-year contract at Leeds. He celebrated his new contract by scoring his first senior goal the following day as Leeds defeated Crewe Alexandra 5-2. He soon followed it up by scoring twice, both superb goals from long range against Walsall during a 3-0 win. Delph's form attracted the attention of Premier League managers, with Arsenal's Arsene Wenger reported to be lining up a £6 million bid for the midfielder, and Newcastle United having a bid rejected by Leeds chairman Ken Bates. His performances also prompted Stuart Pearce to give Delph his first call-up to England under-21 squad in November 2008. He was a late substitute for Craig Gardner as England defeated the Czech Republic to win his first under-21 cap on the 18th of November. During the January 2009 transfer window, Leeds rejected another 2 bids from Premier League for Delph, with Bates saying, "We explained to both clubs that we don't deal in petty cash." The following day, he scored a goal of genuine quality against Brighton and Hove Albion by finding the top corner of the goal with a curling shot following a long run. Manager Simon Grayson has said, "If he scores goals like that, his value is going to go up and up. It certainly won't go down." Despite the attention of Premier League managers, Delph remained with Leeds as the January transfer window closed. By March 2009, his performances during the 2008-09 season earned Delph a nomination for the League One Player of the Year, which was run by Leicester City's Matty Fryatt, and helped him to win the Young Player of the Year in the end of the season of the Football League Awards. The awards for the 2008-09 season did not end there, with Delph winning Young Player of the Season, Goal of the Season for his strike against Brighton, and Players Player of the Season at the Club Awards. After Leeds lost out in the playoff semi-finals against Millwall, there was much speculation about Delph's future at Leeds. However, he did manage to play in Leeds' early pre-season matches, before ultimately Leeds turned down offers from other clubs and Delph completed his move to Aston Villa. After Leeds failed to gain promotion from League One, several Premier League clubs, including Everton, Manchester City, Fulham, Sunderland, Tottenham Hotspur and Aston Villa, were linked with Everton. On the 3rd of August 2009, Villa agreed an undisclosed fee with Leeds for the transfer of Delph to Villa Park. The transfer was concluded the following day after Delph completed medical and agreed personal terms. Delph's full Premier League debut came at home against Wigan Athletic on the 15th of August 2009. The first day of the 2009-10 Premier League season, in a match that Villa lost 2-0. Delph received a yellow card and was replaced in the 61st minute by Steve Sidwell. On the 23rd of January 2010, Delph scored his first goal for Aston Villa in the FA Cup win at home against Brighton and Hove Albion. On the 17th of April 2010, Delph had to be carried away from training on a stretcher after picking up a serious knee injury. He was immediately taken for tests on the injury. It was later revealed on the 19th of April 2010 that Delph had suffered a cruciate ligament injury, set to keep him out of action for up to 8 months. Delph returned to action on the 26th of February 2011 in a Premier League victory over Blackburn Rovers, when he came on as an impromptu left-back after Nathan Baker was injured in the first half. On the 3rd of March 2011, Delph signed a new deal with Aston Villa, keeping him at the club until 2015. He scored his second goal for Villa against Tranmere Rovers in the League Cup on the 28th of August 2012. On the 20th of January 2012, Delph re-signed for Leeds United on loan, initially until the 25th of February 2012. He made his second Leeds United debut against Ipswich Town on the 21st of January. Delph picked up an ankle injury in Leeds' defeat to Coventry City and returned to Aston Villa for treatment on the injury. It was revealed that Delph would miss the end of the season, so his loan at Leeds was not renewed and he returned to his parent club. During the 2012-13 Premier League season, Delph established himself as a regular in Paul Lambert's team, finishing the season with 24 appearances. In the latter half of the season, Fabian put in some good performances and began to show a good partnership with Ashley Westwood and Yakuba Silla in the centre midfielder. Delph started the 2013-14 season very brightly and put in some of his best performances in a Villa shirt. In the 3-1 away win against Arsenal on the opening day of the season, Delph made a number of successful tackles and dribbles, as well as completing a large number of passes with high accuracy percentage. He saw a long-range, low-driven shot from his favoured left foot hit the inside of Arsenal goalkeeper Wojciech left post, coming very close to his first Premier League goal. His good form continued 4 days later in a controversial 2-1 loss against Chelsea, and again the following weekend in a 1-0 loss against Liverpool. His first goal of the season came in a 3-0 win over Basildon United in the League Cup final, third round. He played a neat 1-2 with Benteke, took the first touch to control with his favoured left foot, and finished with his right within the box. His performances in the opening months of the season earned him the Aston Villa Player of the Month award for August, September and October 2013. Dale scored for the first time in Premier League with a goal of brutal brilliance to complete a 3-2 win away at Southampton on the 4th of December. His performances over the season, including standout performances against Everton, Liverpool and Chelsea, resulted in being voted the Player of the Year by Aston Villa supporters. After reports that he could leave the club at the end of the season due to his contract expiring, Dale signed a 4.5-year contract on 25th of January 2015, keeping at Villa until 2019. On the 7th of March, Dale scored the first goal as Villa defeated local rivals West Bromwich Albion 2-0 to reach their first FA Cup semi-final since 2010. The victory prompted a pitch invasion by fans, who Dale claimed stole his captain's armbands while kissing and biting him. He scored the winning goal in the semi-final on the 19th of April, as Villa came from behind to defeat Liverpool 2-1 and reached their first FA Cup final since 2000. On the 30th of May, Delph captained Aston Villa in the 2015 FA Cup final at Wembley Stadium, where the team were defeated 4-0 by Arsenal. On the 10th of July, Delph was reported to be having a medical ahead of an £8 million transfer by Manchester City. Delph never showed up for his scheduled medical and subsequently released a statement on Aston Villa website confirming he would be staying at the club and not moving to Manchester City. However, reports a week later emerged that Delph had again changed his mind and was having a medical at Manchester City ahead of a prospective move. On the 17th of July 2015, Delph signed a 5-year contract with Premier League club Manchester City for a reported fee of £8 million, just 6 days after saying he would be staying at Aston Villa to captain them into the next season. He made his debut a week later against Real Madrid in the 2015 International Champions Cup at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, but was substituted after 18 minutes for Jesus Navas due to injury, and City lost 4-1. Delph scored his first goal for Manchester City on the 28th of November 2015 against Southampton, the second in an eventual 3-1 win. His third goal for the club came in a 1-0 win over Steaua Bucharest in the Champions League qualifier in August 2016. After an injury to Benjamin Mendy, Delph established himself as Manchester City's starting left-back in the first half of the team's record-breaking start to the 2017-18 season. He started 40 consecutive matches in the Premier League, scoring once against Crystal Palace, as City set a new record of 18 consecutive league wins. He was sent off in the FA Cup defeat to Wigan Athletic in February 2018, and then suffered a muscle problem, not returning to fitness until April. Delph signed for City's Premier League rivals Everton on the 15th of July 2019 on a 3-year contract for an initial fee of £8.5 million, rising to £10 million in add-ons. And he is still at Everton today. He's made 19 appearances for them. So that's Fabian Delph. It seems to be incredibly slow, but 2010 is Nathaniel Klein. Now, I don't know how successful he actually ended up being. I've heard of him, but not in the sense of being that famous, to be fair. Klein was born in Stockwell in London. He made his first team debut for Crystal Palace in a 3-0 championship win against Barnsley at Selhurst Park on the 18th of October 2008. He signed a 3-year professional contract with the club 2 days later, with manager Neil Warnock stating that Klein had a bright future in the game. His first career goal came on the 8th of December 2009. when he opened the scoring in a 4-2 win at Reading in the 7th minute. In February 2010, he was offered a move to Premier League club Wolverhampton Wanderers, but rejected it without even entering talks with manager Mick McCarthy. In the 2010-11 season, Klein was the youngest player in the Football League to play every single match of that campaign and won Crystal Palace's Player of the Year award. On the 19th of July 2012, Klein signed a 4-year deal with newly promoted Premier League club Southampton. He made his debut on the 19th of August in a 3-2 defeat against Manchester City at the City of Manchester Stadium. His first match at St Mary's came 6 days later in a 2-0 defeat by Wigan Athletic. He scored his first goal for the club on the 22nd of September in a 4-1 win at home against Aston Villa, set up by Gaston Ramirez, with England under-21 coach Stuart Pearce in attendance at St Mary's. His second goal for the club came in the FA Cup third round against Burnley on the 4th of January 2014, opening an eventual 4-3 home victory with a 25-yard strike past Tom Heaton. Klein scored in Southampton's first match of the 2014-15 season, a 2-1 defeat against Liverpool at Anfield on the 17th of August. He scored his second goal of the campaign on the 23rd of September with a long-range effort which gave Southampton a 2-1 victory at Arsenal in the League Cup third round. On the 24th of November, he finished Ryan Bertrand's 81st minute cross to earn a 1-1 draw away to Aston Villa. On the 1st of July 2015, Liverpool confirmed the signing of Klein from Southampton for £12.5 million on a 5-year contract, with his former club Crystal Palace receiving a payment of £2.5 million. Klein made his debut in a Liverpool shirt against the True Thai Premier League All-Stars in Bangkok on the 14th of July as part of the club's pre-season tour. He made his competitive debut on the 9th of August in a 1-0 away win against Stoke City in the first match of the 2015-16 Premier League season. On the 8th of October, Klein scored his first Liverpool goal in a 1-0 League Cup fourth round victory over AFC Bournemouth, the team's first win under Jurgen Klopp. His first league goal came on the 14th of February 2016 in a 6-0 win away to Aston Villa. In March 2016, in Liverpool's first European matches against rivals Manchester United, Klein won a penalty that Daniel Sturridge converted in the first leg and conceded a penalty scored by Anthony Martial in the second, as Liverpool won 3-1 on aggregate in the last 16 of the UEFA Europa League. On the 18th of May, he played the first 90 minutes in the final, a 3-1 loss to Sevilla in Basel. Prior to the 2017-18 season, Klein suffered a back injury, expected to rule him out until February 2018. On the 31st of March 2018, having missed the entire campaign up to this point, he made his first appearance on the team sheet as an unused substitute in Liverpool's 2-1 league victory away to former club Crystal Palace. A week later, on the 7th of April, he made his long-awaited return, keeping a clean sheet in a 0-0 draw against Everton in the Merseyside Derby clash. On the 20th of July 2019, Klein sustained an anterior cruciate ligament injury in a pre-season friendly against Borussia Dortmund. On the 25th of June 2020, after having made no appearances during the 2019-20 season due to continuing injury problems, Liverpool confirmed that his contract would not be renewed and Klein would leave the club. After leaving Liverpool, Klein trained with Crystal Palace in an attempt to regain fitness and was registered as a trialist in order to make appearances for the under-23s team. Klein joined Premier League club AFC Bournemouth on the 4th of January 2019 on loan for the remainder of the 2018-19 season. This is just a bit of backtracking my way. He made his debut on the 5th of January in a 3-1 FA Cup defeat by Brighton & Hove Albion. On the 14th of October 2020, Liverpool returned to Crystal Palace on a short-term deal. Where he is now, he's made 5 appearances so far this season. For 2011 is Connor Wickham. And I think this has got to come as probably one of our first big major flops. Wickham was born in Hereford, the son of an Army Warrant officer. He attended Philip Morant School in Colchester, where he achieved 8 A to C grade GCSEs, as well as being a prominent member of the school football team, where he was a prolific goalscorer from a young age. He played youth football with Reading for 4 years. Wickham's father is Northern Irish, but he decided to play in the England youth setup. Wickham made his debut for the Ipswich Town first team on the 11th of April 2009, aged 16 years and 11 days. He came on as a 66-minute substitute for Velis Sumolikowski in a 3-1 home defeat against Doncaster Rovers, and in doing so he became Ipswich's youngest ever player, beating the previous record held by Jason Dozzell by 46 days. Wickham scored his first 2 senior goals in only his 4th appearance, when he scored in Ipswich's 2009-10 League Cup tie against Shrewsbury Town. He also scored in the penalty shootout, which saw Ipswich prevail 4-2. He scored his first league goal in a 1-0 home victory over Scunthorpe United in March 2010, his winning effort coming deep into injury time. In April 2010, Wickham scored his second league goal, which came in the 90th minute in a 3-1 victory over Derby County. This came 2 days after he signed his first professional contract at Ipswich, a 2-year deal following his 17th birthday. In April 2010, Wickham was named the Football League Young Player of the Month. He won the award after scoring 3 goals in 4 matches during that time. Wickham extended his contract with Ipswich to 2013 in January 2011. It had an offer clause in which it stated that if any bid equalled or better the one written in the contract, Ipswich would allow him to speak to the bidding club. It was reported that the figure was around the £15 million mark. On the 22nd of January 2011, Wickham scored Ipswich's first goal of the season in a 3-2 win over Doncaster Rovers. 2 games later, Wickham scored in a 3-0 win over Sheffield United at Portman Road. A clearance of a set piece saw Wickham pass 2 opportunities before wrong-footing Rob Kozluk and goalkeeper Steve Simonson to tap the ball into the net. Former Ipswich player Kevin Beattie witnessed the goal and described it as one of the greatest goals ever scored at Portman Road. 2 weeks later, Wickham recorded his first professional hat-trick in a 6-0 win at Doncaster Rovers. Wickham's superb scoring form continued when he scored late in the match against Reading on the 8th of March. With Ipswich already 3-0 down, his goal counted for little, though it was once again a superb finish as he volleyed a ball that was coming over his shoulder into the top corner of a goal from a tight angle. On the 4th of March 2011, Wickham was named Championship Player of the Month for February after scoring 4 goals in the month, including his first professional hat-trick at Doncaster. 2 weeks later, he was named the Football League Young Player of the Year, as well as Championship Apprenticeship of the Year at the 2011 Football League Awards. On the 2nd of April, Tottenham Hotspur manager Harry Redknapp admitted that his side had not made a bid for Wickham, this despite several reports to the contrary suggesting a bid in the region of £10 million had been made. The same day, Wickham scored the second of Ipswich 2's goals against Burnley in the Championship as they won 2-1. He signed a 1-year extension to his contract on the 8th of April 2011, contracting him to the club until the summer of 2014. Wickham admitted he was delighted to have signed the contract and said he just wanted to concentrate on achieving his goals with Ipswich rather than focusing on speculation about his future. He said, "I'm obviously delighted to have signed a new contract and feel that I'm at the right club to progress as a player. After having a look over the last 2 years, I approached this season wanting to make a real impact. It didn't start well with me getting injured, but I feel I have moved forward as a player since I got back into the side. I'm playing games every week. I'm enjoying my football and the club is moving in the right direction, and that's all I want. On the 29th of June 2011, Wickham signed a 4-year deal with Premier League club Sunderland for a fee of £8 million. The fee has the potential to rise to £12 million over the course of the contract, despite having recently signed a new contract with Ipswich. Wickham had been widely tipped to move to Despite having recently signed a new contract with Ipswich, Wickham had been tipped to move to a Premier League club following a highly successful 2010-11 season. Although Ipswich manager Paul Jewell said that there was no pressure to sell the youngster. Sunderland's eventual offer proved too lucrative. The fee broke Ipswich's record for transfer fees recouped and broke the transfer record for the Football League player moving to a Premier League club. Ipswich's chief executive Simon Clegg summed it up. As much as we would have liked to have kept Connor at Portman Road, we have to be realistic and recognise that the offer from Sunderland was simply too good to turn down. He scored his first goal for Sunderland in a pre-season friendly against Kilmarnock. Wickham made his first competitive appearance for Sunderland when he came on as a substitute in the 1-0 defeat to Newcastle United in the Tyne and Weird Derby on the 20th of August 2011. He made his first Premier League start for Sunderland on the 22nd of October 2011, where he helped Sunderland secure their second win of the season against Bolton Wanderers. Wickham scored his first Premier League goal for the Black Cats a week later in the 2-2 draw with Aston Villa. The following week, against Manchester United at Old Trafford, Wickham suffered a knee injury and had to be substituted just 5 minutes into the game. The arrival of new manager Martin O'Neill saw Wickham fall out of favour as he spent the majority of the remainder of the season on the bench and playing for reserves. Wickham came off the bench at Bolton Wanderers in the third round of the FA Cup to score his first goal of the season as Sunderland came from 2-0 down to earn a replay. On the 8th of February 2013, Wickham joined Sheffield Wednesday on loan, initially on a 1-month deal. He made his debut on the 9th of February in a 2-2 draw against Derby County. He scored his first goal for the club on the 9th of March in a 1-0 win away against Leicester City in what was the last game of his loan spell, firing a first-time volley into the roof of the net. On the 14th of March 2013, it was confirmed that Wickham would not be rejoining Sheffield Wednesday on loan. On the 27th of August 2013, Wickham inspired Sunderland to a late comeback against Milton Keynes Dons in the Football League Cup, scoring twice and assisting Josie Altidor's goal, as the Premier League side scored 4 times in the last 20 minutes to win 4-2. On the 1st of November 2013, Wickham rejoined Sheffield Wednesday in another loan move until the 1st of January 2014. Wickham scored on his return in the 5-2 win over Reading at Hillsborough on the 2nd of November. Wickham again appeared on the score sheet, scoring a brace of goals in the 2-1 win over Leicester City on the 3rd of December. 4 goals in 4 games in December 2013 earned Wickham a nomination for the December Championship Player of the Month award, where he ultimately lost out to Leicester City's Danny Drinkwater. On the 31st of December 2013, his loan spell at Wednesday was extended by a further month, although his parent club prevented him from representing the Owls in the FA Cup. On the 11th of January 2014, he scored in Wednesday's 6-0 win over Yorkshire rivals Leeds United. After this game, he described the win as a fantastic team performance, while saying that he was unhappy with my own personal performance. He was recalled to his parent club on the 27th of January 2014. On the 26th of February 2014, Wickham joined Football League Championship club Leeds United on loan until the end of the 2013-14 season. Wickham was handed the number 9 shirt for Leeds, and he made his debut on the 1st of March 2014 in a 1-1 draw away to QPR at Loftus Road. On the 24th of March, Wickham was recalled from his loan after playing 4 games for Leeds to bolster Sunderland's goal-scoring options, with Stephen Fletcher injured and Josie Altidore badly out of form. On the 16th of April, he scored 2 goals in a 2-2 draw with Manchester City at the City of Manchester Stadium. 3 days later, he scored the club's first goal in Sunderland's 2-1 win against Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. On the 27th of April, he scored a brace to help Sunderland overcome Cardiff City 4-0, playing a pivotal role in Sunderland's late surge to try and avoid relegation. He was named Premier League Player of the Month for April. On the 3rd of May, his cross assisted Sebastian Larsson's goal in a 1-0 win at Old Trafford, making it Sunderland's first win away to Manchester United since 1968. On the 4th of October 2014, he scored his first goal of the season and assisted Stephen Fletcher's goal in a 3-1 win over Stoke City. In December 2014, Conor Wickham agreed a new 4.5-year deal with Sunderland. On the 3rd of August 2015, Wickham joined Crystal Palace on a 5-year deal for an undisclosed fee, although some sources reported it as an initial £7 million, rising up to a potential £9 million depending on his performance. Wickham made his debut on the 8th of August 2015 as a second-half substitute in a 3-1 win at Norwich City. In November 2016, Wickham sustained a serious knee injury, which kept him out of first-team action until October 2018. He did not make an appearance in the starting lineup until January 2019, scoring the opening goal in a 2-0 fourth-round FA Cup win against Tottenham Hotspur. In May 2019, Wickham signed a 1-year extension to his existing contract, to keeping him at Palace until June 2021. He joined Sheffield Wednesday on a 6-month loan on the 31st of January 2020. It's a bit disappointing because he did actually do really well at Sheffield Wednesday again. I don't know if he's played since for Crystal Palace though. 2012, another Palace player. They all seem to have gone to Palace, haven't they? This one is probably their best player at the moment, Wilfred Zaha. He was born in Abidjan in Ivory Coast, and Zaha moved with his family, including his 8 siblings, to Thornton Heath in the London borough of Croydon at the age of 4. He was educated at White Horse Manor Junior School, Thornton Heath and Selston High School in Selston. He played football at school and joined the Crystal Palace Academy at age 12. Zaha was given Crystal Palace first team debut at home to Cardiff City on the 27th of March 2010 by caretaker manager Paul Hart as a substitute for Stern John with 10 minutes remaining in a 2-1 loss. He signed a 2-year professional contract with Palace in April. He quickly progressed through the ranks at Palace and became a key member of the first team during the 2010-11 pre-season friendlies. On the 7th of August 2010, he scored his first senior goal in a 3-2 win over Leicester City. Zaha assisted Kieran Cadogan in the home match against Queen's Park Rangers in October, and James Vaughan in the away match against Watford in February 2011. On the 12th of April 2011, he was sent off in the 95th minute against Leicester City for an alleged stamp on Patrick Van Aanholt, but it was later rescinded. Zaha ended the season playing a total of 44 matches, while scoring 1 goal and having 2 assists in all competitions. Zaha started the 2011-12 season by scoring 2 goals in the League Cup match on the 23rd of August 2011 at home to Crawley Town. On the 30th of November, Zaha impressed in Crystal Palace's 2-1 shock win over Manchester United in the League Cup, constantly sneaking through the United defence, and in January attracting interest from Liverpool and Manchester United. In March 2012, Zaha was voted for EFL's Football League's Young Player of the Year. In the latter part of the season, manager Dougie Freedman opted to play Zaha as a striker on the 21st of April he scored in a 2-2 draw with Reading in a match that saw Reading secure the championship title. At the end of the 2011-12 season, Zaha was voted Crystal Palace Young Player of the Year the Crystal Palace Young Player of the Year for the second time in a row. During the season, he made 48 appearances while scoring 9 goals and recording 5 assists. Zaha started for 2012-13 season brightly, getting an assist in the League Cup against Exeter City and winning a penalty in the first league match against Watford. Zaha scored his first 2 goals of the season against Wolverhampton Wanderers on the 2nd of October 2012. He then scored 2 goals in a match again 4 days later in a 4-3 win over Burnley. On the 5th of March 2013, Zaha scored his first goal for Crystal Palace since being loaned back from Manchester United in a 4-2 victory against promotion rivals Hull City. On the 3rd of May 2013, in the second leg of a playoff semi-final against Brighton and Hove Albion, Zaha scored 2 goals in the second half to put Crystal Palace into the playoff final at Wembley Stadium. In the playoff final on the 27th of May 2013, Zaha won a penalty but was converted to secure Crystal Palace a Premier League spot for the 2013-14. On the 25th of January 2013, Zaha agreed to join Premier League club at Manchester United and would immediately be loaned back to Crystal Palace for the remainder of the season. Palace tried to delay the transfer and agreed to the transfer in summer 2013. But the EFL rules prevented this, with the player having to join United and be loaned back to Palace. Zaha passed the medical at Manchester United, signing a 5.5-year contract on the 26th of January 2013 for a reported £10 million, rising to £15 million with performance-related add-ons. On the 11th of August 2013, Zaha made his debut for Manchester United in the 2013 FA Community Shield against Wigan Athletic. He was included in the starting lineup and played 61 minutes before being replaced by Antonio Valencia, as he won his first major honour in football. He did not play again until the 29th of October, starting in a 4-0 win over Norwich City in the 3rd round of the League Cup at Old Trafford. His Premier League debut was on the 7th of December in a 1-0 home loss to Newcastle United as a substitute for Nani shortly after his team conceded. On the 31st of January 2014, Zaha completed a loan move to Cardiff City for the remainder of the 2013-14 season, and after being left out of favour by manager David Moyes. At the end of the season, following Moyes' sacking, Zaha said he was never given a chance by the Scot. He contrasted his experience with that of Raheem Sterling, another young attacker who was given a chance by Liverpool after a difficult start. He also said that he was upset by false and malicious online rumours about his personal life. On 28th of August 2014, Zaha agreed to a season-long loan with Crystal Palace. 2 days later, in the first match of his loan, he scored a stoppage-time equaliser in a 3-3 draw at Newcastle United. On the 2nd of February 2015, the final day of a winter transfer window, Zaha's move to Palace was made permanent with the signing of a 5.5-year contract for an undisclosed fee, believed to be in the region of £3 million, rising to £6 million with add-ons. Manchester United will also receive a percentage of the fee if Palace sell Zaha in the future. Zaha played regularly for Crystal Palace throughout the season, finishing the season with 4 goals and 2 assists, as Crystal Palace finished the season in 10th place. Again, Zaha was a regular for Crystal Palace in the season of 2015-16. Making 34 appearances, scoring 2 goals and recording 1 assist, while Crystal Palace finished in 15th place. He helped Crystal Palace reach the 2016 FA Cup final by playing in every single match since the 3rd round entry and scoring 2 goals along the way. Zaha played the whole 120 minutes in the final, but could not help Palace to a victory as Manchester United won 2-1. Zaha won the Crystal Palace Player of the Year award for the first time. On the 26th of December 2016, Zaha was declined a penalty in the closing minutes against Watford. Some speculated that Zaha had overplayed the foul or taken a dive. After the match, Watford's mascot attempted to rile Zaha by mimicking a dive in front of him. On the 4th of May 2017, Zaha scored the opening goal in the 3rd minute of the Crystal Palace Hull City game, that simultaneously mathematically secured Crystal Palace's top-flight status and relegated Hull City to the Championship. After another outstanding performance with the Eagles, Zaha won Crystal Palace's Player of the Year award for the second year running. On 26th of May 2017, Zaha signed a new 5-year contract with Crystal Palace. On the 4th of October 2017, Zaha returned to Palace's starting lineup for the first time in 2 months and scored to open a 2-1 win over Chelsea to give the Eagles their first points of the season. He was Premier League Player of the Month for April 2018 for his 4 goals and assists while playing up front. On the 14th of April, he scored twice in the first half of a 3-2 win over rivals Brighton and Hove Albion. Despite their poor start, Palace stayed up with a game in hand under new manager Roy Hodgson, with a combination between Zaha and fellow winger Andros Townsend a key factor. He was named their Player of the Year for the 3rd year in a row, and a feat only done before by Julian Speroni. In Palace's first game of the new season on the 11th of August, Zaha scored the second goal of the 2-0 win at Fulham. It was his 23rd Premier League goal for the club, drawing level with Chris Armstrong as their top scorer in the competition's history. 4 days later, he signed a new 5-year contract at Crystal Palace. On the 26th of August, with a consolidation goal in a 2-1 loss at Watford, he overtook Armstrong to become Palace's Premier League top scorer. After scoring a winning goal against Huddersfield Town in September 2018, Zaha publicly complained about what he considered to be a lack of appropriate protection by referees against fouls, saying that he would need a broken leg before any action would be taken. Data prove that in the last 5 years he was the second most fouled player in the league after Eden Hazard. In October, Zaha was a victim of racist abuse and death threats following the match. Zaha received a red card for dissent against Southampton on the 30th of January 2019. In June 2019, he was linked with a transfer to Arsenal, who made a £40 million offer for the player, which Crystal Palace rejected as too low. In October, he received racial abuse on social media. Zaha played in all 38 league matches with Crystal Palace, scoring only 4 goals, including a long-distance goal against Chelsea. On the 12th of September 2020, Zaha scored the only goal in a 1-0 win over Southampton. On the 19th of September, he scored a brace in a 3-1 away win against his former team, Manchester United. So, I'm debating about whether to do 2 parts. I will do 2 parts after. Should I do it? I'll do it after this player. I will end this first part. And this player is Tom Ince. Ince was born in Stockport in Greater Manchester. His father, Paul, played professional football at a high level with England, Inter Milan, Liverpool and Manchester United. When Ince was 3 years old, he moved to Italy after Paul had signed for Inter Milan, where he attended an Italian school and became fluent in Italian. The family spent 2 years in Italy before returning to England. He became a father on the 11th of July 2013. But enough about Tom Ince's personal life. We'll start when he signed for Liverpool as a youth player in 2008 and was handed a first-team squad number, this was 45, at the start of the 2010-11 season. On the 29th of July 2010, he was an unused substitute for the first time in Liverpool's UEFA Europa League qualifier against FK Rabotniki. He made his debut for Liverpool on the 22nd of September 2010 as a 106th-minute substitute for Daniel Pacheco in the club's third-round League Cup defeat to Northampton Town at Anfield. On the 1st of November 2010, Ince linked up with his father Paul Ince, who was manager of League One club Notts County, signing a short-term loan deal from Liverpool until January 2011. He signed on loan alongside 22-year-old right-back Stephen Darby. Ince made his county debut on the 6th of November in the 2-0 FA Cup first-round victory against Gateshead. On the 13th of November, he made his league debut in the 3-1 away loss to Exeter City. On the 11th of December, Ince scored his first career goal in County's 2-0 league win against Milton Keynes Dons. At the end of December 2010, Ince said that joining his father at Notts County had benefited him, as he had got a bit lost at Liverpool, who had tried to change his style of play. He found that his father wanted me to be the player that I was, and that the move had given me a fresh life. Ince scored for County for a second time on the 3rd of January 2011 in a 3-0 win against Hartlepool United, before his loan expired on the 10th of January and he returned to Liverpool. Despite his father's repeated attempts to re-sign his son on loan, Liverpool refused. Ince's contract expired at the end of 2010-11 season, and they would not let Ince go back out on loan unless he signed a new long-term contract. Ince's father described the contract offer as derisory and called Liverpool silly for refusing to let Ince rejoin the club on loan. Ultimately, Ince declined to sign a new contract with Liverpool and so left the club on a free transfer at the end of the season. On the 3rd of August 2011, Ince signed a 2-year contract with Blackpool with an option for a third. As Ince was under 24 years of age and had been offered a new contract by his previous club, a compensation deal had to be agreed. Liverpool and Blackpool had agreed an undisclosed fee and a selling clause, which entitled Liverpool to 35% of any fee that Blackpool later received for selling Ince. As Blackpool had been relegated from the Premier League at the end of the 2010-11 season, Ince first dropped down to the Championship to join the club, who were managed by Ian Holloway. He made his Blackpool debut in the League Cup defeat to Sheffield Wednesday on the 11th of August 2011. He scored his first goals for Blackpool, with both in a 2-1 win over Doncaster Rovers on the 18th of October 2011. On the 25th of February 2012, he scored another brace in a 3-1 away win against Bristol City. In the Championship playoff final at Wembley on the 19th of May 2012, he scored an equaliser against West Ham United, but Blackpool lost the match 2-1. The first league game of Blackpool's 2012-13 season, on the 18th of August 2012, saw Ince score the only goals of the game in a 2-0 win at Millwall. Following the game, manager Ian Holloway revealed that Blackpool had received an offer from an unknown club, but that Ince had committed his future to the Seasiders after talking to his father. Holloway stated, "There was interested in Tom last week. No one has heard about it, but I'll share it with you. His dad wants him to stay with us." On the 7th of August, he scored twice in a 6-0 win against Ipswich Town. In September, he scored in back-to-back games against Barnsley and Middlesbrough. He scored his 10th goal of the season on the 3rd of November, completing a run of scoring in 4 successive games. The previous day, Holloway left Blackpool to become the new manager of Crystal Palace. Michael Appleton was appointed to replace him. In December 2012, it was reported that Ince's form was attracting the attention of his former club Liverpool, who were preparing a bid of £4 million in the January transfer window. In January, Liverpool entered into negotiations with Blackpool, with the Seasiders' asking price of £8.5 million proved too much for Liverpool after they had already signed Daniel Sturridge and paid off Joe Cole's contract, so they withdrew from talks. Reading made a late bid to sign him, offering a fee just below Blackpool's £8 million valuation. The transfer window closed with Ince still at Blackpool. On the 11th of January 2013, Appleton resigned to become manager of Blackburn Rovers. He was replaced by Ince's father, Paul. At the 2013 Football League Awards on the 24th of March, Ince won the award for the Football League Young Player of the Year. In April 2013, after Wilfred Zaha had moved from Crystal Palace to Manchester United for £15 million, and with Ince the 5th top scorer in the Championship on 18 goals. Ince's father commented that Tom should be valued at £25 million. On the 30th of June 2013, Blackpool accepted what was believed to be an £8 million offer from Cardiff City. It was reported that Swansea City were also interested in signing Ince, but were put off by the asking price. Despite agreeing personal terms and passing a medical with Cardiff City, Ince turned down the move on the 12th of July to stay in Blackpool with his newborn child. Aston Villa and Everton were subsequently linked with him, but Ince chose to remain at Blackpool. In his first 10 league games of the 2013-14 season, Ince scored 6 goals as the team moved into 4th place in the Championship. However, he went on a lean streak and scored just 1 goal in the next 13 league matches. They equalised in a 1-1 draw against Leeds United on the 26th of December 2013 in that month. Blackpool offered him a new contract. The chairman, Carl Oyston, expected that Ince would leave. On the 18th of January 2014, he played 90 minutes in a 2-0 away defeat at Barnsley. It was his last game for Blackpool. During his time at the club, Ince made 113 appearances, scoring 33 goals. 3 days later, his father was sacked as manager, with negotiations undergoing for Ince's transfer away from Blackpool. He was left out of the squad for the matches against Doncaster on the 25th of January and Reading on the 28th of January. In the January 2014 transfer window, numerous clubs approached Blackpool to inquire about signing Ince, who held talks with Everton, Cardiff, Newcastle, Hull City, Sunderland, Stoke City, Swansea City, Tottenham Hotspur, Crystal Palace, and his former club at Liverpool again. However, Ince again spurred Liverpool's advances, believing that he was not ready to move to a club of their size. European clubs Ajax, Inter Milan, and Paris Saint-Germain also revealed their interest, and French club Monaco reported to be leading the race to sign Ince on a free transfer in the summer. Ince and his father met with representatives from Monaco in London on the 16th of January, just 2 days before Blackpool's 2-0 defeat to Barnsley, which was believed to be one of the reasons for Paul Ince being sacked as Blackpool manager. His father's departure was reported to be likely to accelerate Tom Ince's departure from Blackpool, with a domestic loan deal considered most likely, as it would allow him the choice of freedom in the summer, when his Blackpool contract had expired. A loan move to Crystal Palace, Stoke City, Swansea, Sunderland or Hull City was considered most likely, with the deal coming down to the size of the loan fee and what percentage of his wages was paid by the club loaning him out. On the 30th of January 2014, Ince signed for Premier League club Crystal Palace on loan for the remainder of the 2013-14 season for a loan fee of £1 million. Ince made his debut on 8th of February 2014, playing 90 minutes and scoring first of 3 goals for Crystal Palace on the day in a 3-1 win against West Bromwich Albion. Ince started the next 2 matches, a 2-0 defeat to Manchester United on the 22nd of February and a 0-0 draw with Swansea City on the 2nd of March. Then came off the bench in a 1-0 defeat to Southampton on the 8th of March. He started against Sunderland on the 15th of March, a match that also ended 0-0, and then did not make another appearance for over a month. He was an unused substitute for the next 6 Premier League matches, as manager Tony Pulis would prefer to play Yannick Bolasie and Jason Puncheon on the wings. He came off the bench in a 2-0 defeat to Manchester City on the 27th of April, and in a 3-3 draw against Liverpool on the 5th of May, before starting the final game of the season, a 2-2 draw with Fulham on the 11th of May. With his contract expiring at Blackpool and Ince unwilling to take up the option of a 3rd year, clubs began a show of interest in signing him. Crystal Palace, Hull City, Newcastle United, Stoke City, Sunderland and Swansea City from Premier League, and European clubs Monaco, Olympiacos and Inter Milan all expressed a desire to sign him. Inter Milan, a club Ince's father had played for from 1995 to 1997, confirmed in May 2014 that they had offered Ince a contract, and he spent several days in Monaco and then Milan discussing a move, but ultimately turned down both Monaco and Inter Milan. He said that after lengthy discussions with my family, I have decided that my immediate future in the game lies in the Premier League, although he still had ambitions to one day play in Europe. In September 2015, he would go on into more detail, saying that there was nothing better than the lifestyle in Monaco. He felt the league itself and the question, would I get lost over there? Especially being English put me off a little. Likewise, although the history memories from his father's time at Inter Milan were attractive, the club was in a transitional period. They weren't trying to challenge up at the top again, and it was a rebuilding process. Being a young lad, I didn't want any of that. I wanted to get into the Premier League. After his contract expired at Blackpool, Ince transferred to Hull City on a free transfer in July 2014 and signed a 2-year contract with an agreement over compensation not initially made. After much negotiation and with a decision by an independent tribunal looming, Hull and Blackpool settled in January 2015 on a figure of £1.6 million, rising to £2.3 million, depending on appearances and if Hull avoid relegation. Due to the earlier sell-on clause, Liverpool had negotiated with Blackpool. Liverpool received £560,000. Ince came on as a substitute in both legs of Hull's Europa League third qualifying round tie against Slovakian club AS Trenčín, before making his league debut for the club on the 16th of August, playing 82 minutes of a 1-0 win away at Queen's Park Rangers. He also came off the bench in both legs of the Europa League playoff round against Belgium side Sporting Lokeren. Sandwiched between those matches, he started in a 1-1 draw against Stoke City on the 24th of August. He started again for the club in a 2-1 defeat to Aston Villa on the 31st of August, though he was withdrawn after 57 minutes. He went a month before appearing again for the club, playing 90 minutes and scoring in a 3-2 defeat to West Bromwich Albion on the 24th of September. He later said that manager Steve Bruce's changing tactics to a more defensive approach left him sidelined. On the 30th of October 2014, having played in only 3 of Hull's 9 league matches of the season thus far, Ince signed on loan with Championship side Nottingham Forest until the 28th of September. He made his debut the following day, playing a full 90 minutes as Nottingham Forest lost 3-0 to Huddersfield Town. On the next 7 matches, Ince made 3 starts and 2 substitute appearances before being recalled by his parent club. Ince was recalled to Hull on the 22nd of December 2014, along with Maina Figueira from Wigan Athletic. He went straight back into the team, coming on as a late substitute in Hull's 3-1 win at Sunderland on Boxing Day. He came off the bench 2 days later in a 1-0 defeat to Leicester, and then started again against Arsenal in the FA Cup on the 4th of January, a match Hull lost 2-0. He came on in the 39th minute of Hull's 1-0 defeat away to West Bromwich Albion on the 10th of January, and then went 3 weeks before playing again, coming off the bench in a 3-0 defeat to Newcastle on the 31st of January. That was to be his final appearance for the Tigers. On the 2nd of February 2015, Ince joined Championship club Derby County on loan until the end of the season. Derby manager Steve McLaren said that signing a player of Ince's calibre was a real coup, and that he was confident Ince would make an impact for the Rams. 5 days later, Ince scored on his debut for Derby in a 4-1 win against Bolton Wanderers, a superb free kick in the top left corner of Andy Lonergan's goal in the 39th minute, and a thunderous shot from 12 yards in the 37th minute. He nearly bagged a hat-trick, hitting the post in the second half stoppage time. Ince scored 3 more goals in his next 2 games, an emphatic finish in the 2-2 draw against Bournemouth on the 10th of February, and another brace in a 3-3 draw away to Rotherham United on the 17th of February. A fine curling finish into the top right corner after jinking past several players and turning in a Craig Forsyth cross at the near post. After scoring 5 goals in 3 matches, Ince declared himself settled at Derby, saying that he had really found my feet and I'm feeling confident. The next 4 games saw more good performances for Ince, but no goals. He hit the post, and a free kick brilliantly saved by Sheffield Wednesday keeper Kieran Westwood narrowly curled an effort wide and won a penalty in a 3-2 win against Wednesday on the 21st of February. was a constant threat and placed a shot just wide in a 2-0 win against Charlton Athletic on the 24th of February. He was twice denied by deflections in the second half of a 2-0 defeat to Fulham on the 28th of February, and missed several chances in a 2-0 defeat to Brighton and Hove Albion on the 3rd of March, and saw Darby register 19 attempts on goal. Ince put Darby 2-0 up against Birmingham City on the 7th of March, slipping through 2 defenders and shooting low on the Birmingham keeper Darren Randolph. Though 2 late goals for the Blues saw them rescue a point, with the first coming from a penalty shot after Ince hauled down a Robert Tisch. He scored only once in his next 6 games, this in a 2-2 draw at home to Watford on the 3rd of April, before scoring goals in his next 3. The first was the second goal in a 4-0 rout of Blackpool on the 14th of April. A brace followed in a 4-4 draw against Huddersfield Town on the 18th of April, and the last came in the 3-3 draw against Millwall on the 25th of April. He first finished his spell at Darby with 11 goals in 18 matches. Of the 8 matches in which he scored, 6 of them finished in draws. On the 3rd of July 2015, Derby County signed Ince on a 4-year contract for £4.75 million, with Ince briefly becoming the club's most expensive signing. His record was surpassed less than 1 month later, as the club bought midfielder Bradley Johnson from Norwich City for £6 million. The sale of Ince was reported to have left Hull manager Steve Bruce livid, with Bruce saying that he wouldn't have sold Tom, and I did all I could to keep him. We wouldn't be selling our top young players when trying to put together a team challenge for an immediate return to the Premier League. I saw Tom as an integral part of my plans. But Darby met the buyout clause, and then it was a choice of the others at Hull to let him leave. Ince started all of Derby's first 8 league matches, also coming on as a substitute in the club's 2-1 League Cup defeat at Portsmouth on the 12th of August. His first goal arrived on the 15th of September, the only goal against Reading at the Madejski Stadium. He missed the next match, a 0-0 draw at home to Burnley on the 21st of September, with a minor training ground injury. On his return to the starting 11 away to newly promoted Milton Keynes Dons on 26th of September, Ince provided a 90th minute assist for Darren Bent and scored in the 96th minute to seal a 3-1 win for the Rams. Ince made it 3 goals in 3 games on the 3rd of October, grabbing the second in a 2-0 win against Brentford. He started the next 3 league matches against Wolves on the 18th of October, Blackburn Rovers on the 21st of October, and against Huddersfield Town on the 24th of October, but was taken off in the 26th minute of the latter match. He had injured his ankle, but it was not as bad as first feared. And although he missed the next 2 league matches against Rotherham United and QPR, he returned to the team for the East Midlands derby against his former club Nottingham Forest on the 6th of November. On the 15th of December, Ince scored his first professional hat-trick in a 4-0 win against Bristol City. The first was a low finish past City keeper Frank Fielding in the 42nd minute, after a mazy run through the 3 defenders. Then he intercepted the ball inside his own half and ran through on goal, before firing a shot under Fielding in the 63rd minute. His third in the 71st minute was drilled into the bottom corner after a combination with Darren Bent. The result moved Derby up to a 3rd place in the table, and manager Paul Clement praised Ince, saying that he's a little bit inconsistent by his standards so far this season, so it was a very good performance for him and will be brilliant for his confidence. Ince scored again in the next match, the only goal in a 1-0 win at home to Ipswich Town on the 19th of December. His man of the match performance also saw him provide 3 good chances for teammates Bradley Johnson, Chris Martin and Johnny Russell, as well as having a 25-yard free kick saved from Ipswich goalie Dean Gherkin. He missed 2 good opportunities in the next match, a 2-0 win over Fulham on Boxing Day, but atoned against fierce rivals Leeds United on the 29th of December. He came on in the 76th minute with Derby 2-1 down, scoring a brilliant equaliser just 2 minutes later, showing a fine finish into the bottom corner. Ince then endured a difficult spell, not scoring in his next 12 league and Cup appearances. After the first 7 appearances, during which Darby lost 5 times, drew twice, only scored 3 goals, and sacked manager Paul Clement, he lost his place in the starting lineup. This coincided with a return to form for the team, who won 2 of the next 3 matches, with Ince making second-half substitute appearances. He was restored to a starting 11 on the 5th of March for a 2-0 win against Huddersfield Town, and ended his barren spell 2 matches later on the 12th of March, scoring a brace either side of Chris Martin's goal to give the Rams a 3-0 lead against Rotherham United. However, 3 late Rotherham goals saw the away side rescue a point. Ince rounded the season with 2 more goals, the second in a 4-1 thrashing of Bolton Wanderers on the 9th of April, and the 57th minute winner in a 3-2 victory at Bristol City on the 9th of April. Darby finished the season in 5th place and played 4th placed Hull City in the playoff semi-final, losing 3-0 at home and winning 2-0 away to go out 3-2 on aggregate to the eventual playoff final winners. Ince did not score his first goal of the 2016-17 season until the 27th of September, the first in a 2-0 win at Cardiff City. In November, he scored 4 goals in back-to-back games, braces each in a 3-2 win at Wolves on the 5th of November and in a 3-0 win over Rotherham on the 19th of November. Ince ended the 2016-17 season a top scorer with 15 goals as the Rams finished in 9th position. On the 4th of July 2017, Ince signed for newly promoted Premier League club Huddersfield Town on an initial 3-year contract for an undisclosed fee. He scored his first goal with the club in the Premier League on the 26th of December during a 1-1 draw with Stoke City. Ince played 37 times in the 2017-18 season, helping the Terriers avoid relegation, finishing in 16th position. Ince signed for newly relegated Championship club Stoke City on the 24th of July 2018 on a 4-year contract for an initial fee of £10 million, which could rise to £12 million with add-ons. He made his Stoke debut on the 5th of August 2018 against Leeds United. Ince played 41 times for Stoke in 2018-19, scoring 6 goals as the Potters finished in a mid-table position of 16th. Stoke and Ince began the 2019-20 season in poor form as the team struggled in the management of Nathan Jones. Despite a change of manager, Ince continued to struggle to have an impact on the team and came in for heavy criticism after a anomalous performance against Wigan Athletic on the 30th of June 2020, where he completed just 1 pass in 57 minutes. He scored in the next match a 4-0 win against Barnsley. He ended the campaign with 3 goals from 40 appearances as Stoke avoided relegation and finished in 15th position. I hope he's not doing well, so then we can potentially sign Darby, because we need somebody like that. If he's still up to coming back to Darby. But that was an extremely long video, and that is only actually part 1. I'll do the second half next week, and I will see you then.